Hello everyone, welcome back to Programming a Discord Bot in Java, part 2. This episode we're gonna expand on Gradle, add a shadow jar, and get the main things set up, like our main class, and actually get the bot up and running on a basic premise. So I'm a bit fast with tutorials, so if that's an issue, please do say in the comments below. Sorry about that. But I say let's just jump right into it, really. So first, when you've created your whole thing from the last episode, if you haven't already watched that, then do go ahead and watch that. Open up your build.gradle, and simply what you want to do is on plugins, we're going to add id com.github.johnrengelman.shadow version 5.1.0. That's the one I use. There's probably a more up-to-date version. You could probably go to the repository for it. I just have this wrote down. I'll be real, I just have this wrote down. That's where mine comes from. From there, we also want to enter this main class name. So we'll get to that in a minute. And when you've done that, adding the ID on the plugin, that's about it. So yeah. So we're going to come back to this main class name in a minute. So first, after this, you want to right click your Java folder here. New, well, hover over new, then click package. Then you're going to name this what you want. So, well, not really what you want. So you can do your, so when you made the project, you had your com dot or your me dot. I did me.Jaskovich, so I'm going to stick with me.Jaskovich for this. And then the project name, so we're going to do tutorial bot. You're going to create that. Then we're going to make a new Java class and name this main. So this main is where everything happens. This is the main class of your Java project. The startup will execute here. From here, we're going to go ahead and do a public static void main. Then have your string args here. You can do that a different way. You don't have to write it like that. Oh wait, I have spelled that wrong. There we go. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have to be that. You can do like string args, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong as well. I'm pretty sure it is that. But I've seen people do it different. But I've also never really done it different. I've always done it like this, and every project I've made has started up like that. So now here is where we're gonna start up the bot. So you can make either a private thing here, like a private string token, bot underscore token, and just do that. That would have to be capitalized though. And then you can call it in here. But actually, forgot something to build. In the build, you'll want to add Discord JDA. Now, instead of going from where I wrote it down, we're going to get it off browser, actually. So we're going to go ahead and do do a 7. Right. And here we can just do copy that and add it into our dependencies. And then there you go. That's that. Here we're going to reference our main class by saying me.jaskovich.tutorialbot main. That will specify that the main class name is this, and that we've also got Discord JDA in. Now, here is where we need to actually create the Discord bot. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new tab, the discord.com/developers. We're going to go ahead and create a new application. And then, what should I do? Tutorial bot. So now that's this created, you want to go ahead over to your bot tab, add bot, and yes, do it wisely. Or whatever it says, yeah. And here's where you can change this. You can change it so it's not public bot, so only you can add it. You can do this and that. Bot permissions here and there. And then you have your token here. Now, this token is very special. You do not want to share your token with anyone. If you share your bot token, anyone can log in and mask it as a different bot or get it to log stuff, and it's just not good. Anyone can control the bot if they have your token, so keep the token to yourself. If you think that someone has your token, or if you're putting this on GitHub and you accidentally leak the token on GitHub, which you will be alerted by Discord if you do, you can regenerate it, and it is completely fine. But go ahead and copy your token. Then you can head over to Discord, sorry, your Intelligent project. And then you can put your bot token in. I'm gonna try my hardest to keep the bot token like censored and stuff. Might be a bit hard to do, but I'll try my hardest. So with that being done, we can start loading the bot, as you now have your bot token in place, ready to be used. Before we do that, actually, change this to a static so it can be accessed within this void. That's how Java works. You can't access things that are stated like private string, like that, or a public string, like that. You can't access things like this because it's in a static void, and you'll just get this error. Can't be referenced from a static context because it's not a static field. So I'm going to go ahead and do builder. Oh wait, not builder, whoopsies. JDA builder. Oh, why is it not referenced? Maybe it needs JSON. There we go. Sorry about that. JDA builder. Builder equals new. Because new equals JDA builder. Actually, can we reference it like that? Or is it deprecated still? Because if it's deprecated, I'll do the other way. It's deprecated. I'll still do it this way. I'm used to this way. So you can do it like this, or you don't have to. You just do like JDA builder dot create default, and then reference the token. Then you can add your builder.add events listener. So actually, we'll go with this way so it's not deprecated. So then you can add your events listeners here. We're going to add an event listener so that we can see when the bot comes online and do some things there, set the activity, etc., etc. I'm pretty sure you can set the activity from the builder, actually. Builder.set activity. Oh, yeah, you can. Okay. We'll still do it from here, because we can make it look cool. So, just to go over what I did, because we had a bit of an issue there, you're going to need to add ID application into plugins. I don't think you need JCenter, but I'm going to keep it anyways, because it's one of the things I added when I was fixing it. And that's about it. And then that should work. If you do get errors when adding things in, so if I type JDA here, I'm going to get an error. You can enter it, or if it's still errors when you didn't enter it, you can hold Alt and Enter to come up with auto suggestions on how to fix it. So, in this events listener, what we're going to do is we're going to add a listener adapter. However, listener adapters aren't just a simple class. Well, they are, but you need to reference it as a new. So we're going to do new listener adapter, not all this. Just going to semicolon it there. And we're going to do override public void on ready, and not null this. Ready event. And you'll see the red go away from override. What that override means is that onReady already has a function for the bot. The bot will execute its onReady function. We are completely getting that onReady function and just changing it. That's what override is doing. We're just jumping on top of that void that already exists. But if it can't find it, it errors. That's why we have this ready event. So that it matches the exact same void that exists so we can override it. So here, we're going to do something like event.getJDA.getPresence, set activity. Activity.watching, and then let's do this. So that states that the bot is loading. And then you can do some like fancy stuff here if you already know how to do some complex stuff, like adding up database stuff, which we'll come back to at some time. And then database.get jda.getPresence.set activity, then activity.watching, and then you can do like over event get total guild count. Those. And here we're just going to send in our console saying that tutorialbot has loaded successfully. Now the reason we do all this inside our onReady function is because actually we can then change this outside to builder.set activity activity.watching loading. There you go. So what we can do here is we can, with all of this onReady stuff, this makes sure that if we're going to execute any code, it happens when the bot has actually got into Discord and it's done its connections. It's just ready to initialize now. So this code will execute when the bot is ready and it has connected to Discord. We don't want to do it beforehand because it might be a bit odd and stuff, and yeah, it's just not that good. But yeah, it should not execute if it disconnects and reconnects. It is only the ready event. If it disconnects, reconnects, there are different listener adapters you can do with like disconnect event, I'm pretty sure, and reconnect event. I'm pretty sure those are events. I don't really mess with them, so I couldn't tell you. So now that we've got this bot that should load and have a custom status now, all we're going to do is head over to the Gradle tab. We're going to open up the shadow box, which is located within your tasks. We can close the build one. and double click on Shadow Jar. That will prop open this Run tab, and you can see it executing all this. And then you'll get your build successful, hopefully. If you don't get build successful, there's probably an error. So if I do like print n, there's an error. If I try to do Shadow Jar, you'll see it says it can't find the symbol. Yeah. Fix that, Shadow Jar it, and yeah. You'll get build successfuls in 0 seconds if there is absolutely no change. If I do this, there's no change. It can do it in, there you go, 224 milliseconds. So there's no, I sometimes do it twice. If I've like built it, gone to the toilet, and then I forget how I built it. So I build it again if it's in, because it's 0 seconds, if there's no change, it's fast, it's fine. I couldn't care less. So now, you can head over to your folder where you created your project. Let me find mine real quick. Here we are. So here will be your folder, and you'll have your .gradle, .idea, build, Gradle, source, and all of these files. The one you're focused on here is your build, and then libs. So you'll have this file. If you do your build and then jar, you'll get a different one that doesn't say a minus all. You want the minus all because it contains all of these dependencies, meaning that it can actually execute the code. Because otherwise it's going to be saying it's missing libraries and it won't understand, etc, etc, etc. So with here, we can either copy and paste it to a different location, or we can just load it from the command prompt, which I'm going to do. So load it with the command prompt. I'm going to direct to my desktop, IntelliJ projects, tutorial bot, build, and into libs. Then we're going to do Java -x, we'll just give it 2 gigs, Xms256M -jar tutorial bot. That's not going to be paused, that's going to, yep. Right, okay. Oh, right. That's why. And we need to throw a login exception. Your login exception will be if the token is incorrect. Now that we've got that exported, we can run the .bat, and there we go. It works. It's logging in now, login successful, and it loaded successfully. So what we're going to do from here is we're actually going to add it to our Discord server. So we're going to go ahead and bring it here. And we're going to go to auth, make a bot with administrator privileges, and we're going to copy that, and we're going to add it to server. I'm going to add it to my Discord called My Projects, so go ahead and do that. So we just continue here and authorize, and then I'm not a bot. That's authorized, so it should be added to my Discord. There we go. So now you can see it's watching over 0 servers. It doesn't update, we'll fix that in a second, but it's up and running. It physically works. And then if we take it down by Control-Cing, yep, terminate. It doesn't go offline, but it will go offline very shortly. And like that, the tutorial bot's gone offline. So that is, of course, turning it on, and, you know, yeah, that's getting the bot online, loading it up through the console. And yeah. If you're on Linux and you wish to get your file working on Linux, so if you've programmed it on Windows and want it on Linux, I suggest you probably get like SFTP clients like FileZilla or something, and connect into your laptop or whatever device that is Linux. So maybe not your laptop, but rather it's maybe a VPS or something. You want to take your jar file, you're going to drag it over to your VPS or whatever it is. It's going to upload. There you can see mine's just uploaded now, and it'll be located in here. So you can execute it like Java, Xmx, like to you can execute it the exact same way. Tutorial bot, and that will load on Discord. And you'll see now it's one servers because we've restarted the bot. It's that. Control C it. We'll go off. Now, you might also be wondering, for Linux users, you might also be wondering, how on earth do I keep it open? Now, Linux users, you have two ways. You can use Screen, or you can use Xmx. Or, if you're smarter than me at Linux, you can probably also do it a different way where the terminal stays open no matter what, and you'll come back to an already open terminal. Can't remember what that's called, but that is a thing, I'm very sure. However, I like sticking with Xmx because I can go back to it. So I'm just going to create a new Xmx session. If you don't have Xmx, which I'm pretty sure should, but if you don't, of course, you can do sudo apt-get install Xmx, or just sudo apt install Xmx, or just apt install Xmx, or apt-get install Xmx if you're already in sudo. Yeah. Here we can just do the whole, Java minus Xmx2G minus Xms256M / jar, and then tutorial bot. And that will load the bot successfully. And now, even if I close down this window entirely, it will stay open. And that's because it creates a virtual sort of like terminal. If I control B, D, so that's how you detach from Xmx terminals. Control B and then D. If you want to get back into it, you can do Xmx attach, and you'll come back into this. Control B N takes you to a new window, but I don't have any. Control B C will add a new window. Control B N to switch to the other window, and just do that times. Control B colon, semicolon, sorry, to go to your last pane, but I don't have one. Control B shift colon, or shift semicolon, whatever you want to call it, to bring up this, and you can do rename window, and then I'm going to call this just bash2, and then it's named bash2, or you can name it like rename window lolums, and now it's named lolums. You can also rename the session to be like Discord, and there you go. If you want to close this pane, you can do Control B X and then kill the pane, and then it goes back to this pane. It will kill whatever pane you're on. If you only have one, then just do Control B X, and of course you can kill this, and the entire Xmx session will go. On Discord, that's how to get your bot loaded onto Linux and Windows. I don't know about Mac. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same thing as you do with Linux. I don't know about Xmx or Screens though. But Mac always has the I've never seen a server Mac without a desktop environment, so you can probably just keep the terminal open in a desktop environment while it's running. But there you have it. So that is part 2 of the series. This is a long episode, sort of, because it goes through how to get it open and via Linux and Windows. I see a lot of tutorials that are very only Windows and doesn't really touch Linux and keeping it open 24/7 on Linux. But this has gone through how to open it on Windows, there's my activate Windows now. How to open it on Windows with the command prompt and have it open, and also how to open it on Linux and keep it up 24/7 with Xmx. Hopefully that helps you learn how to host. If you want a different host, because of course some people don't have access to like other laptops and stuff with Linux, or another laptop with Windows so they can just keep on 24/7, then I'm pretty sure there are other sites that can host your bot. I don't know. I know there's Glitch, but I'm pretty sure that's just JavaScript. And then you've got other things that will host it if you can find them. I'm not really sure. I've always just hosted it from my home. Apart from Buddy, he's hosted on a different server. He used to be hosted on an Amazon server actually, but that got moved to a better server because the Amazon server we had was costing us a lot for not so good hardware. Yeah. Thanks for watching part 2. Part 3 we'll be going over commands and getting the bot to actually talk to us, because, you know, who doesn't love a bot that talks? And then, of course, we'll be continuing the series further on as well. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.